oils. It's been a long, long time. So I wanted to talk about specifically essential oils at Disney World because so many people are going to Disney over the next few months, whether they postponed their trips from previous years, the last 2 years or whatever, or it's their first time going, or they're annual pass holders like many of us are. So I have been to Disney many, many, many times, and I've been to Disney both with essential oils and without essential oils. And there were probably about 4 years now or so previously where I had horrible Disney trips. Like I was so anxious at Disney, and I felt a lot better after I had tools to help me. And so, hey, I try to be a Disney expert, but I don't know if that's true. I do my best. We did live down there for 3 months. And so I got the ins and outs of being able to go in and out of the Disney parks every single day for literally 3 months before the pandemic happened. So it was an amazing experience. I wouldn't trade it for the world. I learned a lot, and I learned what things I was bringing into the parks that were necessary and the things that were absolutely unnecessary. And so I've streamlined down the things that we do take with us. And so I wanted to share specifically about essential oils, bringing those into the parks because they have been so instrumental in helping our Disney trips for both myself and my husband to be a whole lot better. So there was a period of anxiety for about 4 years prior to when I started using oils, to where I almost was like, is Disney not my happy place anymore? Like, do I really not even enjoy being here anymore? And then once I incorporated natural tools, then that really helped me a lot. So the oils that I actually bring down to Disney, I do when we go down and stay on site, I bring a diffuser also, which initially I thought was a little excessive, but now I really appreciate having the diffuser in the hotel room because it can help me sleep better. It can make the room smell more like home and just smell a lot nicer. But it can be so much of a better experience just from a hotel stay standpoint by having a diffuser there. So I always pack my diffuser, and you can get travel diffusers off Amazon. I actually like what's called the Desert Mist diffuser. The oils I use are from a company called Young Living, and they have amazing diffusers. And the Desert Mist diffuser is one where you can take the cover off, and I don't have it in here because I have it in my bedroom, and I should have brought one in here to show you. But it actually, you can pack it down really, really small in your suitcase, and so it takes up very little room. And so I like to bring the Desert Mist diffuser with me, and I turn it on as soon as I get in the room. And what I diffuse in there is mostly to help with, like, the cleaning smell or the musty smell if it's been kind of shut up for a little bit of time. But I love to diffuse 2 essential oils together, and they are Citrus Fresh and Thieves. So this helps to neutralize the odors in the hotel room. And I know it sounds excessive, but once you bring a diffuser the first time, you'll bring it every single time. So, hey, Teresa. So I love having Citrus Fresh and the Thieves going in there, because Thieves also is a great essential oil to kind of like kill all the things. The Desert Mist diffuser is so easy to pack. I know. And you can like stuff socks in it, or you can put your oils in there, or whatever, like you can just like put things in it, and just makes it super easy for travel and putting in your suitcase. So I love to do Citrus Fresh and Thieves together. So the smell of those is kind of like a spicy citrus a little bit, but it's really good for like getting odors out. It's really good for helping with immune support, because Thieves is like kills all the things. So it's just really good to have that going in the hotel room, because you never know who was in the hotel room before you. So it's just a thing. I lived my life as a germaphobe before it was cool 2 years ago. So anyway, so that's what I like to do. So after I have my diffuser out and everything, it also helps me with sleep. And sleeping in hotel rooms has been a challenge for me over the years. And so I will put in my diffuser some lavender. Really easy, just some lavender in there. Sometimes I'll throw some frankincense in with the lavender. Both are very good for helping wind down after a very busy, hectic park day, just to help you fall asleep. And so I run the diffuser overnight. It runs for 8 hours, and the light turns completely off, so it doesn't like disrupt my sleep or anything. And it really helps me so much. So yeah, absolutely. So going on, so as far as like bringing oils into the park themselves, I bring all 12 of the oils that come in what's called a premium starter bundle. And so they are 12 oils that are basically the wellness cabinet essentials. And so I don't bring them in anything fancy. I put them in a Ziploc bag and I put them in either my fanny pack or my park bag. Like that's how I do it. And so I'm just getting them out of the box that I keep them in here at my desk. And so they all have really good multi-use uses. Saying that wrong. So I have a friend that says, don't put your oils in a box, not a literal box, but essential oils can do so many things. So I talked about lavender and frankincense, right? Diffusing those before I go to bed. These two oils both have 1,000 documented uses each. So if you get into a pickle and you're like, okay, I really only have room for 2 essential oils, lavender and frankincense. These would be the ones that I would stick in the bag, okay? I bring all 12 of these though, and I stick them in a Ziploc and I carry them with me. So I'll just start with lavender. Lavender is what I reach for if I've been out in the Florida sun too long. I get back to the hotel room, I'm a little bit pink. So I will apply lavender to my hands. I will apply it to any skin that's been exposed to the sun, go to sleep because lavender is really great for sleep. And then I wake up the next day and it's like I've never seen the sun in my life. It's kind of crazy how well it works. This is also really good if I have any in-park like accidents. So if I like nick my finger or if you know, something, if there's anything that I would need a Band-Aid for, I'd put lavender on first and then I would put the Band-Aid on. So frankincense is another one that is really good for skin also, but I tend to use this one if I'm feeling a little overwhelmed in the crowds. And I've been seeing like a lot of my Disney live stream friends and things like that the crowds are kind of picking up a little bit now that people are back to traveling, school's starting to get out. And so the crowds are starting to pick up. And so anytime I would feel a little overwhelmed, I would do a drop of frankincense on the back of my neck. And just, I don't know, whatever, I don't exactly understand how it works. I just know that it does work. And it helps bring my focus from being like all over everywhere to just like back in my body. It's kind of a crazy thing. So that's really helpful also. I use it like personally for like wrinkles and stuff like that on my skin. So that's just part of my skincare routine too. I just would have that with me anyway because I apply it to my skin before I go to bed. So it's just a really helpful oil for that. I don't know why I like look like I'm all washed out here. I need like a thing or something. Just put my hand here. So anyway, next, moving on. So Florida gets hot. So outside, one of the reasons that before I would start to panic a little bit is when I would get too overheated. And so an oil called peppermint is really helpful for being a personal air conditioner. So what I like to do with peppermint, and I do this with lavender too, drop in my hand. Okay, I'll rub it on the back of my neck, the inside of my elbows, inside of my wrist, behind my knees. And it is like a portable air conditioner. It can help bring the body temperature down, which is really helpful when being outside, you know, and being just like super hot. So I'll find a shady spot, I'll put this on. Literally within minutes, I'm feeling a whole lot better. So I always have peppermint in my bag as well. Peppermint is also a really good one to help if you're feeling a little like motion sensitive or anything. I'll tell you a story. So my husband and I went on Flight of Passage for the first time and we got off and it was too intense for us. We're not really motion simulator people. Like we can handle Soarin', but Flight of Passage was hey Sereni, it was way too intense for me. And so what my husband and I needed to do is we took peppermint and we literally opened it up and just smelled it like this over and over and over, like breathing it in. And it's really helpful for tummy upset, especially after motion. We also took another one called Valor. And Valor is a really good calming, grounding, courage kind of oil. And we doused ourselves with Valor before we went on Flight of Passage because we were both nervous. So we didn't know what to expect other than seeing, you know, what our live stream friends had live streamed before. Like we had never experienced it. And so we ended up taking Valor when we got off because we were both a little shaky and just kind of like rattled a little bit. And we took the Valor, put it on our wrists, held our wrists together like this for just a couple minutes, and we were able to go off and enjoy the rest of our day. It didn't like knock us out, which was a really nice thing to be able to, you know, continue to enjoy Animal Kingdom and not just like be done and have to go back to the condo or whatever. So we rely on those essential oils, especially after big rides. Okay, so you know when you are at Disney, you are walking around like miles a day, 8 miles, 10 miles a day. That's just kind of how it is. And at home, most likely you're not walking that amount probably, unless you exercise a lot or you run marathons or something. I do not do that. And so when we're at the end of the day and take off our shoes and all the things, I like to help with muscle aches and things like that, especially in my shins and in my calves, my knees, all my feet, yeah, everywhere down there. So I take an oil blend called PanAway. PanAway has wintergreen, it has peppermint, it has clove, it has helichrysum. And these 4 oils are really good inflammation supporter oils. So I know, Teresa, I'm so excited for you. You're going to have the best time. The weather is supposed to be really nice from what I've been told. So I like to take PanAway and I will massage this into my shins, my legs, my knees, my toes, my feet, my everything, just to help with relaxing those muscles and helping with that kind of like muscle inflammation that you just get. You just get it, when you're on your feet. And I like to pair this with peppermint as well because peppermint feels like icy hot. So you can throw a little carrier oil in there, which would be like olive oil, or you can use lotion really if you just have lotion with you. Put some peppermint in there, put some PanAway in there, massage it into your legs and your feet. They will thank you at the end of a long Disney day and or week. So PanAway is another one that I reach for too. If I happen to run into something and I get a bruise on my knee or, any kind of like muscle or joint or anything like that, I will put PanAway on and it really helps to bring that inflammation down. Another one that I like to use, like I talked about, I've been a germaphobe since before it was cool. So I swear by this oil called Thieves. And so Thieves, hey Bubba. So I like Thieves on the bottom of my feet, or I'll take a drop in my mouth before I go into the parks, put it on my spine, and it's very helpful for immune support. And so when you're around a lot of people, especially nowadays, if you haven't been around a whole lot of people, Thieves can be really helpful for keeping your immune system going nice and strong. So Thieves is a non-negotiable for me. Every single time I go into a Disney park, it's on the bottom of my feet or it's a drop in my mouth for sure. The next one is if you come from a different place, like if you don't live in Central Florida, the pollen and the trees and the grass and all those different types of things are different than what you're used to at home. So having like seasonally sniffles, watery eyes, stuffy sinuses, stuffy nose, all those kinds of things can be a reality. And so for me, I have an allergy roller is what I call it. Let me show you. It is in my thing here. Actually, it's in the other room, but this one here. All right, so this has lemon, lavender, and peppermint filled with carrier oil. And what I do is I roll it around my ears and down the side of my neck. So if I notice that it's pollen time when I am down at Disney and my eyes are like a little gritty and I can't handle it, peppermint, lavender, and lemon is a crazy effective combination for me. And so it takes that histamine response and like obliterates it. I don't know. It really, really helps. So I always have peppermint, lavender, and lemon with me all the time. The other one that's helpful too is an oil called Raven. This is a blend of like different eucalyptus and things like that, which is known if you know like Vicks Vapor Rub and things like that. Those oils are known for helping to open up your sinuses and stuff. So I'll take a drop of Raven on my finger and just put it on the pointy part of my nose here and like a little bit on the sides of my nostrils. And that can really help open up my sinuses too, especially during allergy season. All right, moving along. Digest is another must for me when I travel to help my stomach feel good. This can be really helpful also if motion sensitivity is a thing for you. It is for me. So I will, before riding big rides like Tower of Terror or before going on Everest or I don't ride Space Mountain anymore because I don't like it, but like, I don't know, Big Thunder and Splash Mountain and all those things. I will take a drop of Digest, a drop of lavender, a drop of peppermint, rub it together in my hand, put it behind my earlobes on my head right here. And that can really help with motion sensitivity proactively. Afterward, if I need something else, peppermint and Digest can be very, very helpful together to help with settling tummies and inner ear stuff and all of that. Also, Digest is really good if you've eaten something you're not used to eating or if your tummy's just not feeling great from the travel because that can stress out your system. I love to do a drop of Digest right on my stomach or a drop under my tongue. drink a little bit of water down afterward because it's really strong, but it has nipped things in the bud from a stomach standpoint for me. It is invaluable. Like, I rely on Digest because it works so, so well. And then the last one I want to mention is, if, being at Disney it is super fun. It can also be kind of overstimulating a little bit with like a whole lot of people, a whole lot of lines, a whole lot of things that maybe over the last 2 years you're not super used to. And so an oil blend called Stress Away and an oil blend called Peace and Calming can be really helpful for bringing those big emotions down to a manageable state, especially if you are with your family and maybe you're not used to being with your family 24/7 for a week. You might need a little bit of emotional support, or you're with somebody else's family and you're not used to being with them. I love to do either one of these or both. Sometimes I need both in the moment, and I'll just put a little bit on like my back, or I'll just put it, behind my hair or wherever, like on my head, or I'll put it wherever like the sun's not hitting. And it can be really helpful for bringing big emotions down to a manageable place and have a whole lot more fun when your mood is good at Disney. Like, truth. And Peace and Calming is another one, or Stress Away, that I will diffuse at night to help with winding down from being in a big day, right? Or just needing to help fall asleep at night. Those two can be really good to pair into the diffuser together. So those are the oils I literally bring and pack and bring down to Disney, and I bring them in my park bag into the Disney parks. I've never had security stop me for having them or anything. If anything else, they'll say, wow, you smell really good. And I say, I know. Thank you. I appreciate it. Because a lot of these do smell really good. Now, the thing that you need to remember, okay, about essential oils is 95% of them that are on the market only smell good. Like, they don't have a therapeutic value, which is why I choose Young Living instead of using ones from Target, or even like Best Buy is carrying essential oils now, because with Young Living, their essential oils are only pressed plants, and they are distilled at the right temperature for the right length of time to get all of those constituents, which are the things that make the essential oils work in the body, making sure they are all intact. So yes, this lavender smells amazing. It smells like the lavender that you would have in your backyard, but it also has the things inside here that help you after you've been out in the sun all day, and your skin's like super pink, or if you've, hurt your finger somewhere and you need to like put a Band-Aid on. This lavender, not lavender scented perfume oil or lavender from somewhere else, this is going to help your skin repair itself, not the lavender scented stuff at Target. Okay. So anyway, that's why I choose to bring these 12 oils specifically from this company into the Disney parks, because they work so well for me. And I've been bringing them to Disney since our 2015 trip, which was over Thanksgiving, I believe, in 2015. So since then, these have been with me every single time. And I also bring Thieves hand sanitizer also. I wanted to mention that too. So the Thieves essential oil blend, they have a bunch of different things that have thieves in them, which is the germ killing stuff. And so they have a really good hand sanitizer. And I swear to you, so we were in and out of Disney literally daily for 3 months at the end of 2019. And I'm convinced what kept myself and my husband healthy was doing Thieves on our feet and a drop under our tongue every single day. Using the Thieves hand sanitizer after we would touch things. So grab bars, the little finger scanner thingy or whatever, anything that you would touch, we would use the Thieves hand sanitizer afterward. And then we also used what's called Ningxia Red. And Ningxia is a wolfberry puree. Let me see if I have a packet of it. I do. So we would pack one of these in our park bag. It's a wolfberry puree, really high antioxidants is what this is. And so my husband and I would split one of these. And so we'd pour half into his water, half into my water. Helps with hydration, but it also helps with a ton of nutrition. And I totally believe the Thieves hand sanitizer, and that is what kept us healthy in and out. And we weren't only just doing Disney. We were flying from Florida to Utah, from Florida to Ohio. We were on an airplane probably every 2 weeks, 3 weeks or so. And the rest of the time we were in and out of Disney. And so it was like a very high stress time, but we remained healthy with these tools. And so I swear by them, and sing their praises all the time. I should set like a place at the table for them because they really do help just make overall daily life a whole lot better, not just at Disney World. But anyway, I wanted to pop on and share that with you all because I haven't done an oils at Disney video in a really, really, really long time. But honestly, nothing has changed like since the last one of these that I did, because I still use the same ones. I bring the same ones. I use them in the same fashion. They still work in an incredible amount. And so I just wanted to pop in and share because it's been in a couple years since I've talked about it. So if you want these, I have a link in the description of this video. You can just click on that, see a whole bunch of information about it if it's something you want to get your hands on too. And I think that's all I have for you. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to leave a comment. I'll get it after the live stream. That's fine. And I will answer anything that I can. I'll share my experience with you. And yeah, thanks for joining me today. I hope you all are well, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Thanks for watching, friends. Bye.